Okay, this is our daily study of Pirkei Avot, the Mishnah Ethics of the Fathers, for those who have yard site for both today and tonight, the 29th of Sivan and the 30th of Sivan. The yard sites for today: Minnie Gampol, Fanny Garfinkel, Betya Milder, Benjamin Parnas, and Jeanette Pasnick. And for tonight, Flora Beckenstein, Mary Bush, Saul Clevitt, Ida Litwack, Rose Medoff, Riva Polyakova, Charles Rosen, and Philip Sweet. May their memory be for a blessing. A link to the text of the Mishnah will be in the first comment below. Chapter 4, Mishnah 5. Rabbi Yishmael beno Omer. Rabbi Yishmael, his son, said, the son of Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka, who we had in the previous Mishnah. So, halomed almanas lalamed, maspikin biyado lilmod lalamed, v'halomed almanas lasos, maspikin biyado lilmod lalamed, lishmor v'lasos. He who learns Torah in order to teach is enabled to learn and to teach. Okay, so that seems kind of obvious. If you learn Torah in order to teach, God will make sure that you are able to learn and teach. But the Kahati points out that learning Torah only in order to teach, which is the implication of the Mishnah, implies that there's something not ideal about this. It's like a teacher who doesn't have any passion for his subject matter. You have a job teaching Torah, and so you study it in order that you should be able to teach it effectively, but you don't really care about the subject matter. But the Mishnah is coming to teach us that, well, it's a noble pursuit to teach Torah, so God will help you even though you don't have the proper motivation. And we also have the idea that mitoch shelo lishma balishma, which means when you start out doing a good thing, right? In Judaism, we care about action more. So if you start out doing a good thing, regardless of your motivation, God will help you, and then in the hopes that eventually you do have the proper motivation, the Torah will make an impression on you and your soul. So if you want to just learn in order to teach, God will help you to do so. But the next line is the more ideal. He who learns in order to practice is enabled to learn and to teach, to observe and to practice. So you're supposed to learn Torah in order to put it into practice, to make it real in the world. And if you do that, you'll be able to practice, you'll be able to teach, you'll be able to observe the Torah. God will help you in all ways because that's the ideal. Okay, and then the next part of the Mishnah, Rabbi Tzadok Omer, Al taseh matara liyisgadol behem, lo kardom lachbor behem, v'chach haya Hillel Omer, u'dishtamish b'saga chalaf, halamanta kol hanena midivrei Sora notel chayav mina olam. So Rabbi Tzadok said, and he's quoting previous sages here. We're going to see he quotes Hillel, but sometimes rabbis took something that other rabbis said and they just made it their life motto. So it says Rabbi Tzadok said, but he's really taking something Hillel and other rabbis have said, but he decided to make it his model. So we quote, Rabbi Tzadok was fond of quoting this. If you turn something into your motto, it becomes associated with you also if you're holy enough and you're famous enough. So what does he say? Do not make them a crown with which to magnify yourself, nor a spade with which to dig. So he's saying the words of Torah. In the previous Mishnah, we said if you're learning sort of only in order to teach, or it's a little ambiguous, that's primary motivation, that'll be fine in the end, even though it's not ideal. But Rabbi Tzadok says there is a point at which your motivation actually does matter. That's not just action. And that's if you're only really learning Torah to make a crown out of it, meaning to get the kavod, to get the honor. You're studying Torah so that you can be called rabbi and get a lot of respect. And, that's your only concern, then that's not good. Nor you turn this Torah into like a shovel to dig with. That means you're only using it to not just to get kavod, but to make money off of, right? You need a job, so I'll become a rabbi. I don't really care or believe in this stuff, but I'll use it to make money. And thus Hillel used to say, he who makes worldly use of the crown shall perish, right? If you just use the Torah to make worldly use of it, you deserve to perish, which is strong words. From this you learn, he who uses the words of Torah for his own benefit removes his life from the world. And I always say we don't know if God's designs and if he really does this. So Hillel is speaking to an ideal that you've sort of forfeited your legitimacy to live, which is a very powerful thing to say. The Kahati quotes that how is it that rabbis are allowed to get paid in the first place? I probably shouldn't be saying this, but if you're not allowed to use the Torah for your own purposes, then a rabbi shouldn't be paid because he's using the Torah for his own purpose to make money. And he quotes that throughout the ages, rabbis have been paid. So the reasoning we give is you're paying the rabbi for his time and not the substance of the Torah that he's teaching, which is a very fine-tuned sort of Talmudic distinction, right? The rabbi doesn't have to give all his time every day to teach Torah, so you're paying for his time. And the same is thing of a school teacher. It's true of a school teacher, a teacher in Hebrew school, a teacher at HBHA, at Hyman Brand. The The same is true of anyone who does a mitzvah. The same discussion actually is with regards to doctors, because anything that you're doing that's a mitzvah, you're supposed to be doing anyway. So how is a doctor allowed to get paid? You're supposed to heal a person if you know how to heal a person. And anyone whose job is a mitzvah, we say traditionally, but you're paying them for their time because they don't have to do that thing from 9 to 5, and the teachers in the day school and in the Hebrew school, you're paying them really for their time, also for watching the kids. It's also a form of babysitting. That's another point. But you could ask, what's the difference in the end of the day? It's sort of a difference as a matter of principle. It's an interesting way to frame the issue. Okay, with that we will say, oops, knock the camera a little bit. With that we will say the prayer following the study of the Mishnah. We don't say the El Maleh on the eve of Rosh Chodesh, which is tonight, first day of the new month of Tammuz, so we say this prayer following the study of Mishnah. Ana Adonai malei rachamim asher b'yadcha nefesh kol chai v'ruach kol b'sar ish yena l'ratzon lefanecha torasenu tfilasenu ba'avor nishmos kol ha'askaros shel hayom v'shel halayla ugmol noim hem b'chastak ha'gadol liftoch lahem shari rachamim v'chesed v'shari gan eden uskabel osam ba'avo v'chibo shlach lahem malchecha kadoshim v'tahorim lo lichom lo shivam tachas etzachayim Etzel nishmos hatzadikim v'tzidkanios chasidim v'chasidos lehenos miziv shchinascha lasbia mituvcha tzofim l'tzadikim V'aguf yanuach b'kever b'menucha nechona b'chedva v'simcha v'shalom. K'dechsiv yavo shalom yanuchal mishkavosam halech nechocho. Uchsiv yalzu chasidim b'chavod yiranu mishkavosam. Uchsiv yim tishkav lo sivchad v'shachavta v'arva shnasecha. And in English, please, O Hashem, full of mercy, for in your hand is the soul of all the living and the spirit of every human being. May you find favor in our Torah study and prayer. For the souls of Minnie Gampel, Fanny Garfinkel, Betya Milder, Benjamin Parnas, and Jeanette Pasnick, whose yard sites are today, and Flora Beckenstein, Mary Bush, Saul Clevitt, Ida Litwack, Rose Medoff, Riva Polikova, Charles Rosen, and Philip Sweet, whose yard sites are tonight, in whose memory we study and pray. Accept them with love and affection, and send them your holy and pure angels to lead to settle under the tree of life near the souls of the righteous, to enjoy the radiance of your presence, to satiate them from your good that is concealed for the righteous. May their body repose in the grave with proper contentment, pleasure, gladness, and peace. As it is written, let him enter in peace, let them rest on their beds, everyone who has lived in his proper way. As it is written, let the devout exult in glory, let them sing joyously upon their beds. As it is written, if you lay down, you will not fear, when you lay down, your sleep will be sweet. Amen.